Hi, this is Ed from PIY, and we are going to make a heart-shaped pizza. Now, first off, we have to decide what kind of heart-shaped pizza we're going to make. And traditionally, we're looking at a pointy pizza like this. But if we're going to make a pizza, we don't want that to be too small. So we're going to make it rounder like this. Now, when it comes to the pepperoni, we are going to make the traditional heart, which is a little more narrow because it's going to look nicer. So one option is we can use a stencil. You can probably get this at Target or Walmart or any other store. Another option is you can just use some scissors. Just fold it over, just like we do make paper hearts. Now with PIY, we use parchment paper to make it easy to go in and out of the oven. We're going to make a nice round pizza, and then we have a template to cut the top part of the heart. So one of the biggest questions we get is if we should leave the dough out beforehand or can we take it out right before making pizza. Typically what we do is we bring it out just when we start to turn on the oven. That gives about a half-hour rise time. You could do it longer. What happens is if you do it longer, it's going to be very weak gluten structure and it could cause some holes in it. If it's colder, it's going to be a little stronger, so it's going to be easier to stretch without making any holes. Okay, now time to stretch out the dough. And we're going to use oil. We're not going to use flour. Because in a restaurant, you can use a lot of flour and it's going to make a bit of a mess. You wear an apron, you're going to clean up the bench flour. That's fine, but at home, we really can't do that. It's just going to make a big mess. So we're going to use oil. That's about 2 tablespoons. You very carefully take out the dough. Keep it in its shape. Try to keep it nice like that. Okay. This has some air bubbles, so get rid of that. We're going to use some flour. It's going to get sticky for our hands. And we're going to start at the top. 3 fingers. All the way to the bottom. Just turn it. You don't need to go fast. 3 fingers. There. Turn it. 3 fingers. Pick it up, turn it. Basically going from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock in reverse order. This is typical for if you're a righty. Leaving a little crust on the edge. We don't want to push in the middle too much because when we stretch it out, it's going to make holes there. So we'll go here, just press. Okay, now this is acting like a tack board. So it's helping it grow nice and round. Do it one more time. Now when we get to this point, now we can kind of go backhand because it's big enough, it's round enough to turn the corners. Now we want to do is make the crust, and then we're going to pick it up on our hands. And it's going to be really easy. So we're going to put our hand here. We're going to put this other hand here. I'll go slow. And we want to make sure we're not going to press it and create like a wall like that. We're going to make more like a pillowy crust. We're going to go here. Till it really just feels unnatural to keep going. Just stop. Pick it up. Turn it. Keep that nice round shape. Do the same thing. Remember, don't pinch it. We're going to push it right there and create that crust. Usually about 3 or 4 times. Just establish that crust edge. Don't push too much in the middle. And a nice round shape, look at that. Looks pretty good. Okay, now we've stretched out the dough as large as the cutting board. We're going to flour it one last time because we're going to pick it up. Rub it in. We're going to put our hand here and flip it over. We're just going to pick it up. And we're going to grab our knuckles on the opposite side. And we're only going to move our right. Okay, and then you're going to move the left hand about a quarter turn, the right hand quarter turn, and then don't move both. Most people pull both at the same time. Don't want to do that. Just pull with your right. Stretch it. Pull a quarter turn. Do a quarter turn, and again just pull with your right. Same thing. Quarter turn. Quarter turn. Pull with your right. Okay, this looks pretty good right now. And make sure just use your knuckles the whole time. No thumb. Most people do a thumbs up. That's the biggest problem. Or they have rings. You don't have to take them off. Just turn them backwards if you have have a ring. Okay, I'm just gonna leave this on my hand like that. Got the pizza peel, got the parchment paper. This is gonna make it really easy to put in the oven, because that's pretty difficult. So now it's flour side down, and we're just gonna go nice, like that. Okay, just flip it, and then you just rearrange it. Now this pizza is about 15 inches. You see this one's a little bit short of that. That's no problem. We want to make it a little, we can do it, always do it a little bit shorter, and we can make it a little bit bigger. So the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna pick it up with your knuckles, okay? And then you're just gonna grab the thick edges and just go like that. Walk around. Just one time. Gravity will do it. Now you gotta put it back in your hands, and then do the flip. And then everything, you can just adjust everything. As long as it's flour side down, it's just gonna slide all over and be really easy to adjust. So now we want to turn this into a heart. So we're gonna take our template. So what we want to do is we want to build up a crust. So we want to build up this crust in the heart the same width as the rest of the pizza. Then we're going to take a pizza cutter and just cut that away so it's nice and thick, or you can use a knife. Now we can give it a little point. Pull it like that. And take the sauce. Use any spoon. Now some people like it less saucy, we like it a little more saucy in our family. If it's too much sauce, because this pizza was shrunken down a little bit, you can remove some, and you want to get within maybe like a ½ inch to the edge. Be careful not to get it over. The sauce is going to act like a slide, so if there's too much sauce and it goes over the edge, the cheese will fall with it and it'll make a mess. One of the easiest ways to handle the cheese is to actually put it in the tray that the dough came in. You don't have to be too particular about getting everywhere. We're going to rearrange it once it's on the pizza. So it's kind of scattered a bit. And then what we want to do is push the cheese out to the sides. These edges are called the coastline. You want to minimize that. You want to get the cheese, because when this crust rises up, it's going to push all the cheese to the middle. So there's not a lot of cheese on the end. It's just going to be red sauce. And you probably had those pizzas where it's all red, large crust, a lot of red sauce, not a lot of cheese. Now we take the pepperoni. All right, we're gonna take it to our pizza steel. We set our oven to 530, and we've been letting that thing heat up. It's about 45 minutes ago that we turned that on, and this is all set to go. Now the benefit of the pizza steel is it cooks an identical time to the gas ovens, which is about 7 minutes. And what that does is it's gonna cook the dough fully, it's gonna give it oven spring, it's gonna brown it, that's that Maillard reaction that everybody's looking for, and it tastes identical to eating out. I'm going to put it in the back, just give it a little shake. It should fall right off. The pizza, we're going to put it right in between the paper, put it underneath, a little shove, lift it out. And just leave it on cookie sheet. Okay, now we're going to cut the pizza. It's a bit of an unusual shape, so we can try cut the middle. One of the kids already got into it, but we've now made a heart-shaped pizza that maximizes the size and still looks like a heart.